Ask Away Wednesday, where we answer your top questions around data governance and data security. Today's question is, why shouldn't companies try and build their own data access and data control solutions? Why not DIY?
This is a question that we get a lot. I'd say here at Alter, when investors or prospects or other folks or analysts ask me who's our biggest competitor, I always say it's DIY. And the reason I think that DIY is our biggest competitor is because the platforms that we work with, like Snowflake, do offer some very powerful native capabilities to limit who can access data and how they can access data. And I think what people are not understanding is the kind of scale with which you're going to need to get to as you start to work with more and more people and more data. This is one of the first times where companies are actively contemplating giving end users access to data. Typically, it's giving end users access to applications, and those applications then access data. And so I think there is a notion of, well, I'm just going to do this for a few service accounts for Tableau, and I got to hook up Sigma and a couple of other, accounts here and there, and then I'm done. The problem is when that becomes successful, and the business wants to then expand, put more data in to bring more users in, you're now on the hook for replicating what you did on those data access control sides and solutions. And so, Chris, it's a little bit like, when you used to get mad at me for kind of making very small, what I thought were small, elegant changes to the product in a POC that, you then had to start supporting as kind of mainline solutions. You joke about that a lot. I think that's the same thing here. And the other analogy I give is tools like Snowflake offer features and functions like Snowpipes to move data in from S3. So why are you buying an ETL tool? And the answer is automation and scale and support and integrations and reporting and auditing. For all the reasons that you're not pulling data yourself into an S3 bucket and then running a Snowpipe, you're getting a Matillion, you're getting a Fivetran. It's the same reason why you shouldn't be doing these data governance and access policies at scale. You should go get a tool like Alter, which is built to do it and will handle all of the minutia associated with this that you're not thinking about yet. That's what I think, Chris.
The other thing is DIY is kind of implying that, people are going to do this. And one of the things I've learned, I've got a lot of scar tissue from, is just the notion of institutional knowledge. So if you're piling institutional knowledge into your data governance strategy, and then you have a turnover event or a RIF event from like a management perspective within, that group of people, you're losing that institutional knowledge, which means you're losing control of how you're going to govern and secure your data. Why trust that knowledge to a body of people when you can trust it to a system? There's a people element to all of these things here, and obviously people are great because we're people. But this is probably not one where you want institutional knowledge to be the governing body over how data governance is deployed within your data warehouse.
Yeah, that's a good point. Maybe kind of last thing here is one of the things that a tool like Alter does is it gives you somebody or something to blame. That's something that comes with the cost of running the service. That's why you give us money, so that you can point your finger at us and say, it's these guys' problem. So I think that one's less so of a reason why, not to build it, but just know, kind of to Chris's point, once you do build it yourself, you become the owner, which means if you're not keeping up with all the changes to the platforms, if you're not pushing updates out, if you inadvertently expose data to the wrong person, that's on you. So I think just understand kind of where your time needs to be spent, understand your risk profile, and leverage tools that are purpose-built to help you do these things, just like you leverage tools to help you move data into the cloud data warehouses.
We do this all day, every day for a number of customers. We have a number of industry credentials to show that we're really good at it. So why would you not leverage those credentials for your benefit? So hopefully that answered your questions. I think if you guys have any other additional questions, go ahead and drop them in the comments. We'd love to see them. We'd love to answer them in future kind of iterations of this, and hopefully we'll see you then.